Welcome to our online classroom with Dr. Aldrin Sacristan, aka Kuya Prof. Our lesson today is about the project life cycle. Objectives. Upon successful completion of this lesson, you will be able to describe the phases of the project life cycle, define and apply project management, discuss the steps of the planning process, identify the three elements of the executing process, discuss some implications of global project management, list benefits of project management techniques. This lesson discusses the project life cycle, planning process, and global project management. Your participation in this chapter is highly encouraged because that is important in the realization of your goal. The project life cycle provides a framework for managing any type of project within a business. Leaders in project management have conducted research to determine the best process by which to run projects. It has been found that following a project life cycle is critical for any services organization. Overview of a project life cycle. The generic project life cycle has 4 phases: initiating, planning, performing, and closing the project. The time span of each phase and the associated level of effort will vary depending on the specific project. Project life cycles vary in length from a few weeks to several years, depending on the content, complexity, and magnitude of the project. Initiating phase. In the initiating phase, projects are identified and selected, and then authorized using a document referred to as a project charter. First phase of the project life cycle involves the identification of a need, problem, or opportunity and can result in the sponsors authorizing a project to address the identified need or solve the problem. May take several months to identify the need, gather data, and define the project objective. Important to define the right need. Needs are often defined as part of an organization's strategic planning process. Organizations must have a project selection process to determine what projects to pursue. Project charter includes rationale or justification for the project, project objective and expected benefits, general requirements and conditions such as the number of funds authorized, required completion date, major deliverables and required reviews and approvals, and key assumptions. If external resources will be used, organizations develop a request for proposals asking contractors to submit proposals describing how address need, associated costs, and schedule. Planning phase. The planning phase includes defining the project scope, identifying resources, developing a schedule and budget, and identifying risks, all of which make up the baseline plan for doing the project work. Second phase of the project life cycle. Show how the project scope will be accomplished within budget and on schedule. Plan the work and work the plan. Detailed plan results in a baseline plan. What needs to be done, scope, deliverable. How it will get done, activities, sequence. Who will do it, resources, responsibilities. How long it will take, durations, schedule. How much it will cost, budget. What the risks are. Benchmark the baseline plan for comparison with actual progress. Include the people that will actually do the work in the planning process. They have knowledge of detailed activities to be done. Participation builds commitment. Performing phase. In the performing phase, the project plan is executed and work tasks are carried out to produce all the project deliverables and to accomplish the project objective. The project progress is monitored and controlled to ensure the work remains on schedule and within budget, the scope is fully completed according to specifications, and all deliverables meet acceptance criteria. Also, any changes need to be documented, approved, and incorporated into an updated baseline plan if necessary. Third phase of the project life cycle. The project manager leads the project team to complete the project. The pace of the project increases as more and various resources are involved in the project. It is necessary to monitor and control the project's progress by comparing accomplishments to the baseline plan. Corrective actions are taken if a project is off track. Changes are managed and controlled through documentation, approval, and communication with the agreement between the sponsor and the contractor. Some change is trivial. Several alternative actions may be evaluated to determine the best approach to bring the project back within the scope, schedule, and budget constraints. Determine whether any sacrifices to scope, budget, schedule, or quality are necessary to accomplish the project. The cost of change varies with the timing in the project. Generally, the later in the project that changes are identified, the greater their effect on accomplishing the project objective. The end of the phase, customer satisfaction, is achieved when the work and deliverables have been accepted by the customer and the project objective has been accomplished. Closing phase. In the closing phase, project evaluations are conducted, lessons learned are identified and documented to help improve performance on future projects, and project documents are organized and archived. The final phase of the project life cycle includes a variety of actions such as collecting and making final payments, recognizing and evaluating staff, conducting a post-project evaluation, documenting lessons learned, archiving project documents, using a knowledge base to record lessons learned, and post-project evaluation is helpful to retrieve the lessons and information that could support the future business with the customer or other customers. Project management process. Project management is planning, organizing, coordinating, leading, and controlling resources to accomplish the project objective. The project management process involves planning the work, establishing the plan, and then working the plan, executing that plan. Project planning process. Establish project objective, get agreement from sponsor and contractor. Define scope, include customer requirements, define major work tasks, list deliverables, and associated acceptance criteria. Create a work breakdown structure, translate a hierarchical decomposition of the project scope into work elements to be executed by the project team and produce the project deliverables. Assign responsibility, identify the person or organization responsible for each work item. Define specific activities, develop a list of detailed activities needed to perform each work package and produce any required documents. Sequence activities, create a network diagram that shows the necessary sequence and dependent relationships. Estimate activity resources, determine the types of resources needed for each activity. These may include people, materials, or equipment that are internal or external to the contractor. Estimate activity durations, make time estimates for how long each activity will take to be completed based on the estimate of resources available applied to each activity. Develop project schedule, determine the start and finish times for each activity to complete the project by its required completion date. Estimate activity costs, use the appropriate labor cost or unit cost rate for each type of resource to determine the cost of each activity. Determine budget, aggregate the costs associated with each activity and each work package and add indirect costs and profits to determine the costs of completing the project. Allocate the costs over time to determine the time-phased budget. Baseline plan. The result of the planning process is a baseline plan. Taking the time to develop a well-thought-out plan is critical to the successful accomplishment of any project. Many projects overrun their budgets, missed their completion dates, or only partially met their requirements because there was no viable baseline plan before the project was started. The baseline plan for a project can be displayed in graphical or tabular format for each time period, week, month, from the start of the project to its completion. The start and completion dates for each activity. The amounts of the various resources that will be needed during each time period. The budget for each time period as well as the cumulative budget from the start of the project through each time period. Executing the project plan. Once a baseline plan has been established, the plan must be executed. The executing process involves performing the work according to the plan, monitoring and controlling the work, and managing changes so that the project scope is achieved within the budget and schedule, to the customer's satisfaction. Perform the work. All activities are performed to produce the deliverables and meet their acceptance criteria with regular communication with stakeholders and the customer. Monitor and control progress. Monitor the progress to see whether it is going according to plan, measure actual progress, take corrective action if activities are behind schedule. Control changes. Changes to the work activities and to the project scope will occur for a variety of reasons and need to be agreed upon by the sponsor and the contractor. Global project management. Globalization adds a unique dimension to managing projects. It changes the dynamics of the project and adds a layer of complexity that can adversely affect the project outcome if the project participants are not aware of what they might encounter regarding cultural differences and multinational economic transactions. Factors can create a dynamic and perhaps unstable environment over the life of a project and include currency fluctuations and exchange rates, country-specific work codes and regulations, such as hours per day, holidays, and religious observances. Corporate joint ventures and partnerships creating entities with a presence and facilities in multiple countries. Political relations between countries. Availability of high-demand workforce skills. Competencies that are required or helpful for global project management success include foreign language skills, knowledge and understanding of other countries and cultures, geography, world history, and international economics. Awareness and understanding of cultures, customs, and etiquette. Awareness of the geopolitical environment. Technology adoption of the translation software. Benefits of project management. The ultimate benefit of implementing project management techniques is having a satisfied customer, whether you are the customer of your own project, such as remodeling your basement, or a business, contractor, being paid by a customer to perform a project. Completing the full project scope in a quality manner, on time, and within budget provides a great feeling of satisfaction and or referrals for more business. Project managers have satisfaction, enhanced reputation, and expanded career opportunities. Project team members have contributed to the project's success, expanded knowledge, and enhanced skills. When projects are successful, everyone wins. Critical success factors. Planning and communication are critical to successful project management. They prevent problems from occurring or minimize their impact on the achievement of the project objective when they do occur. Taking the time to develop a well-thought-out plan before the start of the project is critical to the successful accomplishment of any project. A project must have a clear objective of what is to be accomplished and defined in terms of end product or deliverable, schedule, and budget, and agreed upon by the customer. Involve the sponsor or customer as a partner in the successful outcome of the project through active participation during the project. Achieving customer satisfaction requires ongoing communication with the customer to keep the customer informed and to determine whether expectations have changed. The key to effective project control is measuring actual progress and comparing it to planned progress on a timely and regular basis and taking any needed corrective action immediately. After the conclusion of a project, the project performance should be evaluated to learn what could be improved if a similar project were to be done in the future. Feedback should be obtained from the sponsor or customer and the project team. Learning and understanding the culture and customs of other project participants will demonstrate respect, help build trust, and aid in developing an effective project team, and it is critical for successful global project management. We will end our discussion of the project life cycle here. Thank you very much for watching.